man, when you was saying you was ready. I'm knowing you ain't mean it when you told me you was tired of life and just wanted to leave it. You was drinking, so I ain't really paying no attention. Took you back to your crib and dropped you off with the intentions of getting with this Asian bitch. I've been off this bitch, something exquisite. Had to spit that game, she was vicious. I'm hopping back on 610, watching the drama. On my way out to her house, I started noticing cops. Something telling me to turn around and follow these dudes. Normally I wouldn't consider, but out of the blue, I'm busting to you. I get off where they get off at. Well familiar with these streets, this where I came up at. Roadblocks, yellow tape, crime scene, they say. What the fuck just happened? I just left this place. Get out and start walking, asking Paul, what's up? Looking at me, days like faces, all fucked up. I move a little closer, trying to see who it is. Then I saw his baby mama in tears holding his kid. I'm standing here nervous as I can be. It was nothing that could prepare me for what I'm finna see. I'm praying this is the dream and I'm about to awake. But the closer I got, the more I realized fate wasn't fair to change for me. Why would I think so? My homie had a date with death he had to make, though I'm feeling eerie. I'm lifting up the yellow tape. By the time I get to the scene, they rolling this away. I wonder what's under the sheet. My knees get weak. To the point I had to take me a seat. The shit's deep when they put a nigga down and she was raised around. What was once a minor statement's turning major now. Never would have thought years that my homie was suicidal. Had all money and kids and a wife that read the Bible. They say it's life and death in the jar. He had his reasons, I should have believed him. Another soul no longer breathing, hate to say it, but this one here been heavy on my conscience. My nonchalantness just took a life over some nonsense.
You know what, man? So check this out, man. Welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks. I appreciate y'all being here. Yo, this is a late night thing, man. I'm already playing copyright music. I don't expect to do nothing with this, man. But whether or not you rooting for Colorado, because you're really not rooting for Colorado. You're really rooting for Deion Sanders, or you're rooting against Deion Sanders. Nobody ever cared about Colorado, except the people that live in Colorado. I have a fascination with the things that make men suicidal when they're on the top of their game. You know what? So I was watching the post time show, and I'm gonna share with you guys. We're gonna watch a little bit of the post game interview from Deion Sanders. But it's not the core of what we're going with. And I know it's late, man. I could have waited till tomorrow, but I really didn't want to. I wanted to do this while I was on my heart.
LP Smart.
Of course, anything that can do with Deion gonna have 130 commercials, because I mean, he box office, man. He box office. But let's see if I can skip something. He let me skip something, man. Golly. Really? Can't skip nothing? That's crazy. All right, there we go.
How's everyone? Can we close that, please? We got stats? We don't none yet?
Deion Sanders is 56 years old. He looks good for 56. Jesus piece, well dressed, looking at his cell phone, wearing the shades that he made 1.2 mil for in one day, which is bananas money. Bananas money. With all that being said, the contrition.
And I got them really rolling, and they didn't stop. ever since they secured that first down. Well coached team. Bo Nix played his butt off. Defensively, they presented some things that I guess we just couldn't get around. We couldn't advance the ball, rushing or throwing the ball as well.
There's a certain point I want to get to where he congratulates his team even though they didn't do well.
Coach, special teams besides the fake punt that they ran, were there some other things in the special teams?
Well, there's only two things happened. I mean, the fake punt that they ran, and I think they blocked the field goal. How you block not field goal? I'm sorry, extra point. How do you block an extra point? How do you not? And I asked Mata what happened. He just said he put his head up. He didn't get the ball up, so he took ownership of that. But I'm like, come on, man, don't kick yourself. This game is out of reach. Don't ponder that. You're a great kicker, and you're gonna come and do some phenomenal things for us this season. And this is the kind of opportunity you have as a coach, as a man, as a father, to lift them up, not just shoot them down. You got to lift them up.
The opportunity as a coach, a man, a father, to lift them up, not put them down, to lift them up. Deion is very optimistic. That optimism carries. But I don't care about this game. I like Deion. I know who he is. I was a Bo Jackson fan at the time when it came to two sport athletes. I was a Michael Jordan fan. I never really was a Deion Sanders fan, but I respected his ability to change the tides on any team he was on. I watched him play for the Cowboys, win a Super Bowl, get traded to the 49ers, win a Super Bowl, come back to the Cowboys and win another Super Bowl. He was a difference maker in all those Super Bowls. He earned his jacket. He earned his place in the Hall of Fame. Gorgeous wife, beautiful kids, filthy rich, swag. Deion Sanders was it. In the 90s, Deion Sanders was it. I mean, Michael Jordan, Joe Montana. He was one of those sports icons. The flair, the flash. He was Devin Hester before Devin Hester, but better. With everything that he had going on at that time, with all the accomplishments, with everything he had going on at that time, and the arrogance he had at that time that he was on top of the world. He was young, he was flashy, he was wealthy, he was, you know what, I'm already going to get copywritten because I'm already playing music I shouldn't be playing. I remember being a kid, and I might have been the only person that thought this was hot. But I remember when Deion Sanders tried to rap, and he had so much swag with it. He couldn't rap, not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. But he wasn't selling the music. He was selling this like he was already rich. He was playing a two sports athlete, played for Falcons and the Atlanta Braves. He didn't have to leave his crib. He ran Atlanta. He ran college. Dude was on another level, but I remember it was a thing. In the 90s, it was a thing. Shaq tried to rap. Actually, Shaq went platinum a couple of times. Shaq tried to rap. Kobe had a song. It wasn't hot. The Kobe song was trash, which is crazy because he speaks 5 languages, but he didn't master rap. There were a lot of athletes that wanted to be rappers at that time, and Deion got away with just strictly swag.
Well, alright. Yeah. You know, ever since I turned pro in 1989, when I signed the dotted line, it was strange. Most things changed for the better and for the worse. So I called my mama and she said, baby,
must be the money.
Yeah.
Must be the money.
It's got to be cause I got people wanna be my friend. People I never knew. People I never thought about associating with. I don't know what it is. Talk to me. Check it out. Diamond relax with gators on my feet. I got some better every day of the week. My hair is done.
shouldn't try to sing or rap, to be honest with you. But Deion was on top of the world at a certain point in time. Now, while all this is going on, the limousines, the money, the fresh suits, the horrible songs. Shit, back then, even Chris Rock tried to do a rap. Now that I think about it, Chris Rock, no sex in the champagne room. Everybody thought they could rap back then. But during the course of that, on top of the world, millions of dollars, adulation, endorsements, swag, world at his fingertips. People don't remember that Deion tried to commit suicide.
I'm too comfortable. Everything positive, 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 positive. We're ending May, Mental Health Awareness Month. Lowest moment of your life.
That's suicidal.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was suicidal. I was
That's deep.
everything, dog. I had everything. Every time you turn on the TV, I was on every commercial, top of my game, playing 2 sports, and I tried to take myself out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Basically,
Sidebar, man. I am gonna let this play, bro. But everything bad happens in Ohio, bro. I mean, the whole Midwest. I'm not just blaming Ohio. Any state that touches Lake Michigan, bad things happen. Chicago, Gary, Indiana, Hammond, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Even though Cincinnati doesn't touch, but Ohio touched Lake Michigan. Milwaukee and Kenosha, Wisconsin. If a state touches Lake Michigan, it's going to be some toilet bowl shit, bro. I don't know if the water is poisoned, but there's something about Midwestern states that touch Lake Michigan that no matter how good of a person that you could be, if you drink that Lake Michigan water, you will either become homicidal, suicidal, or depressed. I don't know what it is, but for him to say he did this in Cincinnati makes perfect sense to me, bro. It really does. But anyway.
Cincinnati, Ohio. Basically because my babies had been taken from me. That was the only thing I felt like loved me at the time. Everybody else, they loved what I did, but they didn't love me because they didn't know me. Because I really wasn't prime. I was Deion. They didn't know that cat. That's who Chad and all them know. You know, they didn't know that cat. And my babies, I was going through a tremendous divorce, and I couldn't get them. Like, bring me my kids, have my aunt come with the kids, and that didn't go down. So I was up under extreme, I would call it stress, pressure, and I didn't no longer want to be here, man. And that was, God was calling me collect, and I wouldn't accept the charges. So
I want to stop right there, bro. If you really thought about it, behind every homicide story, suicide story, poverty story, there is a toddler, bro. There is some chick. There is some toddler who pushes a man to the limit. And he wants to end something, either end his life or end somebody else's life. The amount of people that I know that I've met, we ain't tight like that, but I've heard their stories about loving their mothers, but they really don't love their mother. They really were victims of Stockholm Syndrome. They were getting abused, but they didn't think it was abuse. They thought it was love. They thought it was discipline, but their mother beating them for reasons that wasn't the same reason as yesterday, because women are capricious. And they got so much hostility inside that they go out and gangbang, whatever the case may be. The amount of people, I know one guy who tried to commit suicide 4 times. The first time because of his mother, the other 3 times because of his baby mom. He tried to throw a toaster in the bathtub, but the toaster unplugged. He tried to slice his wrist, but he didn't die. Like, bro, he tried to take himself out a few times, and he was doing good. Handsome dude, like one of them pretty boys, light skinned, tall, with naturally curly hair. All the girls liked him. He was a barber. He used to cut my hair. He was a barber. You know what I'm saying? Fresh lining, so he was getting bread off the books. Baby mama used to drive that man to suicide. He wasn't a killer, but he used to try to kill himself. Think about that. You're a multimillionaire. Music career, even though it wasn't good, but all-star baseball player, all-star football player, Pro Bowl football player, Hall of Fame, and in one sport. Probably go to Canton in baseball just because they let anybody in baseball, like the basketball. Everything that he's doing right now with his sons, by the way, with his sons, for his sons, not just with his sons, for his sons, for his sons. Everything he's doing now was taken away from him by a goddamn toddler, bro. Everything that you love or hate Deion for now would have been erased because all he wanted to do was be with his kids. And some young lady, I almost called her something. Some young lady, and she was bad too. She was fine, but the cute of the crazy, she divorced him, took his children. No. Let me rephrase that. Took her children because they never your kids. That's why I don't believe in semen retention and no goofy shit like that. Spray the walls, nigga. It's either your baby or her baby. It's not your baby. Y'all talking about don't date stepmothers, and I dated girls, two girls with kids before, and you get attached to the kids, you break up with the girl, you lose the kid too. Everybody expect that. You don't expect that, man. That's your kid and you'll lose it, but it's not your kid. It's her kid. She is the state sanctioned guardian of those kids. So to have a real kid, to have a step kid is the same equation when she decides the stepdaddy season. And because only men can love, women can reflect your love and reflect that on the kids. They can love the kids because they love the way that you make them feel about themselves. They don't love you. They love the way you make them feel about themselves. They're very narcissistic creatures. And they can reflect that love on the child based on if they love the dad, or they can reflect abuse on the child if they hate the dad. But only men can love. So you take away a man's inspiration, the thing the man loves, and he feels like he doesn't have anything, like no lineage, no legacy. It's just taken away because you don't want to be with me anymore. I don't believe in deadbeat dads. Every guy, swear to God, deadbeat dads exist. You ask them, you know a deadbeat dad? Nope. All my friends take care of their kids, or they trying to get their kids, or they fighting in court for their kids. Nobody knows a deadbeat dad, but every bitch say they know they got a deadbeat dad. That shit is crazy. Something's not adding up. And girls can't count, so I think they wrong. Because girls can't count. So if the math ain't math, then it's on the girl's part. Deion Sanders won life, man. He won his life back. Whatever happens in Colorado, he's only there for his kids. And I respect that. I respect that he's been with his kids since Pee Wee football. I respect the fact that he is a doting father, which does not make him a good husband. Normally, you got to make a decision. As a man, especially as a black man, you have to make a decision whether you're going to be a good dad or a good husband. But you can't be both. You think you can be both, but you can't be both. You could be a good father or a good husband. If you're a good father, you won't be a good husband. Because the discipline and structure that you take place, your woman will hate that shit. She don't like structure. She's a creature of anarchy. Because anarchy is true freedom. No rules, that's anarchy. No rules is also freedom. Girls are creatures of chaos. They're creatures of anarchy because they want to be free. They don't like authority. You see all the guys murdering people in the streets, shooting at police, stealing cars from single mothers. Why? Because they hate authority. You listen to men say they can't follow a man. You know why? Because they hate authority. Emulating their mother. Women hate authority. Men love hierarchy. Hierarchy is all about authority. Not only authority, but ranks in that authority. The general, the major, the lieutenant, the sergeant, the corporal, the private. And every private has an opportunity to work his way up to general. Everybody in the mailroom has an opportunity to work their way up to the boardroom if they keep their nose to the grind. That's hierarchy. That's order. That's a system. Girls hate that. In their relationship, they love that with their employers. They hate that in their relationships. In order to get back at men, they'll try to destabilize men. They will take great men and try to make them nothing. They will take a man with potential and like him because he has potential and never and do everything she can to stop him from seeing his potential because she knows that she's not worthy, that she only got that nigga because he was broke. But if he ever reached his full potential, that she wouldn't be good enough for him. In her opinion. In his opinion, he ran with the person that got him there. In his opinion, how men think, yo, if you was with me when you ain't had nothing, mommy, when I get to the top, you're going to be by my side because I know it's true. But it's not true to women. She only likes you because you ain't had shit. And she felt like she was in control. Stealing Deion's kid was about control. Because guaranteed she ain't watched them fucking kids. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you they was with babysitters, with grandma, and after school programs, all type of shit. Girls don't love kids like that. They say they love kids and they show you how kids wear matching outfits on picture day. They don't love kids like that. They only take the kid to hurt the man. Because anybody can raise the kid except the biological father. When you're dealing with the Keishas. I'm proud of Deion. I don't even necessarily, because I think he race baits a lot as a coach. It's so unnecessary, bro. A lot of the shit he say is so fucking unnecessary. I'm bringing black kids together. Man, I got black kids with white kids eating at the same lunch table. Nigga, this ain't about that shit. You in Colorado, nigga. I've been at Denver, Colorado, man. That, regardless of what the racial status is, when you get out of liberal cities, that race shit really don't matter. When you get outside of liberal cities, nobody dates the same race anyway. When I got to South Dakota, I didn't see any black girls wouldn't even talk to me in South Dakota. They would only talk to white boys. White girls wouldn't talk to white boys. They would only talk to black guys. Same thing when I was in Iowa. Everybody was interracial. Once you get out of those major liberal cities like Chicago and Detroit and New York and Atlanta, once you get out those liberal cities, everybody mingles. So it's not even about the black and white shit. I don't even like how he be racial with it, bro. Like, that shit turns me off. Be like Deion on some bullshit. He race baiting. But, when he said he was ready to commit suicide, and he said it readily, it was like, what's the worst thing that happened? Suicide. Boom. I felt that shit. Bro. I remember feeling suicidal. I remember that shit. I remember the day I was 18 years old, like, man, fuck this shit, dog. I'm ready to lose it, man. I'm getting pussy. I'm getting a couple of dollars, man. I ain't rich, but I'm making like a G a day. I didn't realize at 18 years old that $300,000 a year is a lot of money. Because the niggas I was looking up to was making like 7-8 figures a year. But I wasn't making 300. I was making like 200 because I ain't really work on weekends like that. Plus I had workers. But we was out there getting it. The spot was seeing a G a day. My take home pay was 300. So I'm making $300 a day net. I'm making $1,000 a day gross. $300 a day net. Tell the truth, shame the devil. But $300 a day is still what? Working 6 days a week. 18. What is 300 times 6? 1,800? 1,800 times 52 weeks? I'm over like $120, $150 at 18 years old. I'm making good money for my age. I'm handsome. I got a 6-pack. Girls like me. I'm good in the streets. I ain't got no enemies, no nothing. I'm going through so much shit. Think my parents finna get divorced. My mother trying to take it out on me. I'm fucking with this bitch. This bitch, goddamn it, man, trying to put a baby on me. I know it ain't mine. Another bitch talking about, goddamn it, man, she gonna fuck on my life because, goddamn it, man, she don't think she deserve me, but she with me, stealing my work, all type of shit. And I was like, yo, why am I working so hard and everybody that I love is against me? Like, I'm doing this shit for the same motherfuckers that hate me for doing this shit. And I felt suicidal. And I remember I was ready to lose it. I was ready to lose it all, bro. And I got a call for my boy Fontaine, and I always love him for this. And he called me, and I answered the phone, and I don't know how I sounded when I was on that phone. But whatever the fuck I sounded, all I said was hello. Whatever the fuck I sounded like, that nigga was like, nigga, come to my crib right now. Don't play with me, fam. Come to my crib right motherfucking now. And he said I so authoritative. I was like, okay, right. Like, he bullied me to come to his house. I ain't had to, nigga. We on the phone. I could have been like, fuck this nigga, hung up. But I went to his house. And I remember he never asked me what was wrong. I got to his house about 2 in the afternoon. He would not let me leave. He stayed with his grandmother at the time. His mother lived in California. His grandmother lived in Chicago. And I remember he told his grandmother, like, yo, Dirty staying for dinner. His grandma ain't say shit. She just cooked dinner. I ate with them. I was trying to go home. He wouldn't let me leave. The nigga was trying to give me outfits, little Jabot outfits, because Jabot was hot at the time when I was 18. The nigga taught me how to yodel. That was hilarious. He was like, bro, whenever I'm frustrated, I just yodel. When the nigga was yelling, he was yodeling and shit. Had me yodeling, nigga making me yodel. He didn't let me leave till about 2 in the morning. And before I left, he said, bro, don't do nothing crazy, fam. He said, I'm about to go back to Cali. Once I get to Cali, I'ma send for you, bro. Give me a minute. I'm going to Cali in a hot second. Once I get to Cali, I'ma send for you. And I was like, all right. And he got to Cali and he sent for me, bro. You know, we all hear my stories about being in Cali just because that nigga was trying to save my life. And it worked because I'm still here. He saved my life by changing my environment, bro. I'm gonna go back to this Deion, man. I want y'all to understand everything that man went through was over a toddler. When you want to destroy a people, you send a bitch. You send a bitch. When they start talking about the New World Order has a simple plan: put women and gays on top to run heterosexual men, make heterosexual men slave to women and gays. That is the New World Order. That's what came down from Norway when they had the whatever world forum that they have. That was they shit. That's they shit. Cause men don't attack women naturally. They're not naturally. You don't attack. So they the best agents of chaos to keep men down, so the people at top can stay on top. And this man Deion was on top. He was 30 years old. 30 years old, nigga getting an and there ain't no. Not Davos, bro. Who does? No, not Davos, bro. New World Order is. Hold on, I'm about to tell you his name right now. New World Order conspiracy theory comes from. I used to know his name until I actually did a whole study on him. Damn, what's his name? Hold on, let me see if I can find his name real quick. I can't find his name, man. I don't feel like looking for it. But it's a guy. Helsinki. Helsinki is a city, bro. No, the guy. The guy's name is. Yeah, this him right here. What's his name? This is a picture of him right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's his picture right there. Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab is the guy who made the New World Order. Klaus Schwab, and he has a whole speech at the World Summit talking about how the secrets of running the world is putting women and gays in charge. I got a whole video about it on Rumble. I might tag it one day or put it back on Facebook. I can't put it back on Facebook because they gave me a strike last time. That's why I took it off Facebook. But I mean YouTube. That's why I took it off YouTube, because YouTube don't want that type of information out. But his name is Klaus Schwab, like Santa Claus, Klaus Schwab. But yeah, back to this Deion thing, bro. This is the reason that it just might work. I didn't concern myself with it because we gonna tribe up and we ain't gonna give girls no voice. If a girl got clothes on, she ain't talking about shit no way. Y'all ain't never seen a girl say something in y'all life, man, that made you be like, yo, let me get a dictionary and look that up. Girls don't know shit. They just do shit. Oh, I say I meant the meeting place, the world. I don't remember where it was, bro. I don't remember where it was. I know I had the video on it, but I don't remember shit that I be saying after these videos, bro. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, the information I have, it come from the dome, it come from research. But after I tell y'all, bro, I detox because I may have other shit. I gotta do the work. I mean, y'all entertained by me. I appreciate that, but I do this. I do the work, and I be trying to tell y'all, let's do the work together. But you know, niggas don't be reaching out to me like I'm with that shit. So I do the work, and then you know, I buy slaves. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. But niggas only catch up after the success happens anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got a clip on that too. I'm gonna make that shit a clip. I'm gonna bring that shit back one more time because Deion was saying some real stuff, bro.
We're ending mental health awareness month. Lowest moment of your life.
That's suicidal.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was suicidal. I was
That's deep.
everything, dog. I had everything. Every time you turn on the TV, I was on every commercial, top of my game, playing 2 sports, and I tried to take myself out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Basically because my babies had been taken from me. That was the only thing I felt like loved me at the time. Everybody else, they loved what I did, but they didn't love me because they didn't know me. Because I really wasn't prime. I was Deion. They didn't know that cat. That's who Chad and all them know. You know, they didn't know that cat. And my babies, I was going through a tremendous divorce, and I couldn't get them. Like, you know, bring me my kids, have my aunt come with the kids, and that didn't go down.
Think about that, bro. Wait, time out. I'm gonna let it play. That's what y'all go through at $30,000 a year. Look, let me see my kids. My mama pick them up. My auntie pick them up. We can meet at the police station, at McDonald's, anything. Let me see my kids, and them bitches be like, nope. Because it's not about the kids having a parent. It's about her hurting you. These bitches are hate-filled people, bro. I don't know how they get credit of being nurturers, bro. I don't know how they get credit of being nurturers when all they do is try to destroy everything. Everything they touch, they try to destroy. And then want the thing that they destroy to love them. They believe in trauma bonds. That's their whole thing. Their whole thing isn't about fair exchange, right? Equal exchange. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play fair. We're going to stay here. I'm your teammate. You Jordan, I'm Pippen, or vice versa. You Batman, I'm Robin. They don't believe in that. They believe in trauma bonds. If you're not traumatized, they don't believe you love them. If they can't destroy your life and you still fight for their love, they don't believe you love them. They're horrible at being human beings. Human beings. Horrible at being human beings. Not bad people, just bad at being people. They might be cool and funny and crack a joke and throw one leg up, but they still bad at being people in the essential ways that you need to be able to grow and be a better person. They don't nurture better person shit. They want external stimulation. They want the purses and the trips and the extra dicks and the extra coochies. They want shit outside to make them feel better on the inside because their body just a series of holes. So everything just falls out the holes. Their ears, their mouth, their coochie, their ass. They're just a series of holes to be filled. Either with dick or whatever. They're a series of holes. They can never be filled because they're like a sieve. You know how you put your spaghetti in a sieve and you rinse it out like a strainer, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from. And you put your spaghetti in the strainer and you rinse the spaghetti out and the water goes straight down to the bottom. That's women. They want something to contain them, but what keeps it together goes out the bottom, goes out the holes. They just a series of holes. They don't know how to be whole because they're holes, if y'all get what I'm saying. Mike said getting married was the worst thing that ever happened to him. Being common law married was the worst thing that happened to me, man. I was with that goofy bitch 7 years. And after 7 years after we broke, this bitch told me she wanted to get a boob job. 7 years. I was with that bitch from 2000 to 2007. 7 years off and on I'm with this goofy bitch. She called me in 2007, said she wanted to get her titties done. I said, yo, ain't nothing wrong with your titties. They already broke. She was somebody. I swear to God. 7 years. This bitch gonna tell me, you ain't
never seen my titties.
I'm like, bitch, what? I ain't never seen your titties. She had totally blanked me out in 7 years because she sucked a new dick. Like, I ain't never seen her. 7 years of fucking you, I ain't never seen your Stop it.
My congeniality is fucked. I have no sensors and I need to be stopped.
I made myself mad, nigga. That's fucked up. I relive that shit. Like I say, a strainer is useful. Let me explain something to you. A strainer is useful to the person who uses a strainer as a tool. The strainer itself thinks it's useless because it can't hold shit. The strainer wants to be a bowl or a pot. You want a strainer. You got the strainer because it's a strainer. You could have got a pot and tried to drain it out, leaving a little lid on it. No, you put it in a strainer because a strainer is useful to the person that wants a strainer. The bitch want to be a pot. I'm telling you, they toddlers, bro. Everything is about their imagination. They always dream they was somebody else or something else. You see how the fuck they dress, all the hair hats they wear, the fucking clown makeup they put on. I saw a girl earlier today, man. Girl is fucking gorgeous. Had so much fucking paint on her face, bro. I was like, damn, she looked like a 60-year-old church lady, nigga. She ain't even need that shit. She fine as shit. By the time she finished putting on all that bright-ass lipstick and red rouge, black girls don't even need rouge. White girls wear rouge to show the cheekbones that black girls naturally have. White girls use lipstick and liner to make their lips look fuller like black girls already have. Black girls don't even need none of that shit. But they put that shit on, the fucking fake hair and all the crayons and shit on their face. Like goddamn toddlers playing dress up, because they, in their mind, they want to be something else. The strainer never wants to be a strainer. The strainer wants to be a pot. Make sense? So I ain't saying the strainer not useful, bro. I'm just saying the strainer don't want to be a strainer. And if they see you using a pot, because you need the pot to boil whatever you boiling before you put it in the strainer, they'll get mad like, oh my God, this motherfucker had a pot. I wish I was a pot. Like, shorty, you the finish. You complete the recipe. Which ain't true, because after you strain it, you put it back in the pot. But that's not the point. The point is the strainer is useful. You guys, but anyway, back to you.
Because my babies had been taken from me. That was the only thing I felt like loved me at the time. Everybody else, they loved what I did. But they didn't love me because they didn't know me.
I just want to say something real quick, bro. I can't find this episode for nothing, but I was watching I Am Athlete one day, and Chad Johnson started crying. I ain't calling that man Ocho Cinco. I ain't know this shit. Chad Johnson started crying. He started talking about, what's her name, Barbara or Beverly? I think I named Barbara, but it could be Beverly, but that's his mom. He don't call his mom mother because he was raised by his grandma. His mother, he was like his mother never loved him. When y'all saw that Bud Crawford, the boxer Bud Crawford, how his mama really didn't love him and all she was paying little kids to beat him up. He just kept winning, and she was mad he kept winning, so she tried to get bigger kids because she really hated her son. And he loves her. To this day, he still loves her. And she still hates him. She liked the money. She liked the fact he bought her a new house. But she don't like that nigga. She hates her son. Because he's a man. And they hate males. That was Chad Johnson's story. When Chad Johnson mom died, he ain't even cry. I wish I could find that Chad Johnson. That would be a great podcast. The Chad Johnson, him and his mother, because his mama black. The Chad did so much with so little, with no support, no love, coming from a JUCO college and making it pro, because he didn't have no support at the crib. Like, Chad is a success story, no key. Deion is a GOAT, but Chad is a success story, man, because that's why he's so hard on toddlers, man. This is why he's so hard on bitches. Because he understands that if the women that's supposed to love you don't love you, the women that's assigned to love you don't love you, what can a woman in the street do? The problem with black men is they keep going in these streets looking for the hug they never got from their mother, without understanding girls will open their legs before they open their arms. They keep saying bullshit like women complete you. Complete you at what? You were born whole and you will die alone. You go in that box by yourself. During the course of that time, you try to bring joy and love and light to other people. My uncle told me something a long time ago, bro. I was a teenager. I think I had to be 14. My uncle said, your life will be judged by your death. I don't care more for this. I need y'all to understand this shit. Like and sub, man. Like and sub, bro. My uncle told me the realest shit. He said, your life will be judged by your death. The amount of people that show up at your funeral is a reflection of what your life is. Ain't nobody else going to be in that box with you. But the people that show up at your funeral is going to be a reflection of how your life was. If you got people standing in line to get in the church, that means you lived a fulfilling life. If the only motherfucker that show up is your mama, that means your life wasn't shit. Make sure you got people that show up at your wake. And I never forgot that, bro. You know what I'm saying? The problem is he was a boomer, so his whole life, everything. You know what's so crazy about boomer men? They give you the greatest advice, but they don't live by none of that shit. They are the do as I say, not as I do generation. Like every time they talk now, all I hear is
Do as I say, not as I do.
cause they gonna do the most cuckold shit. They gonna give it all to a. They gonna have kids, give their whole house and fortune away to a bitch they met 6 months before they died. All type of goofy shit. They are not good at being people either. Boomer men and black women under 60, the same motherfuckers, bro. They all move the same way like bitches. But boomer men will give you advice to live by. The problem is they want to eat sausage, but they don't want to see how their sausage is made. But he still gave me that advice, and it was still good advice, and I still live by it. You live your life, so when you go, even though you won't see it, you'll know how many people are impacted. I've had the opportunity to see it because I got killed, but I came back to life because I'm petty like that. Because I want to get the nigga back that shot me. But when people heard I got shot, and you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers ain't knew I was gonna live, man. I looked on social media and all that bullshit, all these black bitches talking about some.
You must hate your mama. You must be gay.
All that shit was replaced with people who knew me since Cub Scouts. Niggas knew me since 6 years old. Was like, that's my mans. Dudes that knew me that I didn't know knew each other was like, you know him? He like, yeah, that's my guy. Like, oh man, that's my nigga, man. We was just at the cookout. He's like, yo, that's my nigga. We went to high school together. I didn't realize how many lives that I impacted until after I got shot. That's why I don't give a fuck no more, bro. Cause motherfuckers gonna say that people gonna hate you for whatever you do. But I already see the positive impact I've had on people's lives. Rapper said, what's up with the pink chair? Okay, it goes with the thing. Okay, check this out. This is what's up with the pink chair. I don't believe in loving a woman. I believe in training a woman to be the secretary of your life. So whatever woman you got, was she qualified to be with you? You the boss of your life. She the secretary of your life. She keeps your life organized, tell you where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Who you got to meet. She does your fucking Microsoft Excel. She's a secretary to make you better. You ain't there to love her. You there for her to do what the fuck she's supposed to do. Whatever chick, man, it's crazy. Whoever sit in that chair, that's who I love, right? I love the position of being my life secretary. And whoever sit in that chair is my life secretary. If that bitch leave and another bitch sit in that chair, I love her the same way as long as she in that chair. I love the chair. I love the position of being my helpmate. I don't love the person who's my helpmate. I love the position of being my helpmate. Because every girl is replaceable until she's not. You have to work to make yourself irreplaceable. There are companies that you don't even want the secretary to retire. Like, I don't even know how we're going to run this company without her. Like, man, we got to help her. Hopefully you smart enough to make her train a replacement. But, man, it's certain people in your life you like, yo, you can't even move without them. Because they made themselves irreplaceable. But everybody's replaceable until they're not. It just is what it is. So, what we teach in the Marry Your Secretary course is how to love the chair instead of loving the woman. You know what? I'm going to take a quick break just for that shit. Because he brought it on, y'all. I'm still on my shit. But then we're going to come back to Deon.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, Learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other tolerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.
Alright, so man, I just want to stop in because Chad is inspirational. Chad probably tried to commit suicide too, because ain't nobody love Chad. I salute that man for being the man that he is. But anyway, like I said, man, send your heart, donate to the daycare.
But they didn't love me because they didn't know me. Because I really went prime. I was Deion. They didn't know that cat. That's who Chad and all them know. You know, they didn't know that cat. And my babies, I was going through a tremendous divorce, and I couldn't get them. Like, you know, bring me my kids, have my aunt come with the kids, and that didn't go down. So I was up under extreme, I would call it stress, pressure, and I didn't no longer want to be here, man. And that was God was calling me collect, and I wouldn't accept the charges. So I really had to I tried. I read. I think I was maybe in 3 for 4 that night. A couple stolen bases. Still, next morning got up, and it was the side of this highway, down this highway in Cincinnati. Ran right off. I remember because I don't lie. I don't lie for nobody. Never did. And this police came down to the bottom of this runoff, and he said, "Deon Sanders, what happened? Did you run off the road? Did you lose control?" I said, "No, sir." "Did somebody run you off the road?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "What happened?" I just looked at him like, you know what's up. So my attorney, my agent at the time, Eugene Parker, who passed on, he said, "Man, look,
great.
You got to I'm gonna get you some help, or you got to do this, or I'm gonna let people know." I said, "We good," and I started getting spiritual help. Now, this Pastor David Forbes started coming down from Columbus, Ohio, and started just talking to me about the Word and about the Lord and all that. And I gave my life to the Lord in a condo all alone in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I was playing baseball, man. So I went through a roller coaster of emotions. I was at the bottom of, to me, what life was. That's why you got public success, and everybody that's successful publicly, they're struggling somewhere privately. And you got to really understand that. See, the thing about it, we do this when the camera's on. We got to do this when the camera's off. We got to talk to each other, man. We got to love each other. We got to, "Hey, man, Fred, you all right, dog? Hey, dog, you all right, man?"
At the end of the day, guys, look, I'm not really a spiritual help guy, which is crazy because I'm an ordained minister. But I'm not a Christian. I'm ordained in the Akbash. But we had these talks. Like, we had study groups, like when people come through and they do their marry your secretary course and they call me and they ask me for advice and they ask, I've talked to guys who really hated women. Like, I hate them righteously for what they are, but not for who they are. I knew guys who, because they just try to fuck up your life, so I hate all my enemies, nigga. I'm an American, nigga. I fight all terrorists, both foreign and domestic. But I know guys who have been molested by their aunts and beat by their moms, and they had this resentment toward women because, once again, all the women that are supposed to love them did them bad. You know what I mean? And they live with that resentment, and I've had to talk them off the bridge. I've had to tell them, like, look, bro, you are the sole controller of your life and your destiny. The thing that, and I tell my young mentees this all the time, my job is not to re-raise you. My job is to save you 20 years. That's my job, to save you 20. A lot of these niggas ain't got dads. My job is to save you 20 years. Niggas already 6-7 years behind by the time they talk to me. Like, motherfuckers was conquering nations at 16. You hollered at me at 20, and it's going to take 2 or 3 years for you to figure out what the fuck I told you. You 23 before you found out what I told you at 20. You already, 7 years behind on conquering the world. But I got you. Because I love men. Pause. But I love men because I am a man and I love myself, and men are the reflection of me. Black is not the reflection of me. Black is not my reflection. I have more in common with the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan than I do with my oldest sister. That's just facts. Because I understand him. We can dialogue. You don't want me to live around you? I don't want to live around you. You don't want me to date your daughter? Shit, nigga, it's plenty of fish in the sea. Now let's see what we can do in order to keep the separation going. Are you going to help with commerce so I can afford not to live next to you? And I'm not going to date your kids. Check this out, man. I got my own secretary pool. I train my own toddlers. Don't even worry about it, man. How can we work together and trade and commerce? I understand the Grand Wizard. Because this hate is righteous. And I understand righteous hate. But it's not malicious. It's not malicious hate. It's just righteous hate. Women's hate is malicious. Women hate men just for being men. You can't combat that. How do you combat somebody so bipolar that they hate you but they need you? How do you beat your kid and expect them to buy you a house? How do you try to go to your baby daddy job and get him fired because you busting out his windows in a parking lot, then tell him you need to be on time for that child support? Their hate is dumb because they dumb. But what they do is destroy great men. And they destroy the potential of other men to be great. The worst advice you can ever give a man is that women complete you. No, they do not. Women are the rims to the car. You are the engine. Women don't complete you. You could ride that bitch with no rims, nigga. Hubcaps or just the goddamn man. Put that bitch on a rollaway, nigga. You don't need a woman. If you listen to Kevin Samuels, you really don't fucking need a woman, nigga. Kevin Samuels is telling you got to be a six-figure nigga to get a hood rat bitch. To get a two-taco bitch, you got to be six-figure for a two-taco bitch. That means you have to get 6 figures on your own. So you made it on your own to get a raggedy bitch? We ain't need that bitch. Because you succeeded without that bitch. Men make men whole. Pause. But men make men whole. When you think of men that make men whole, you think about Batman and Robin, Jordan and Pippen, Malone and Stockton, Shaq and Kobe. Y'all don't even have a representation of a male-female dynamic. That is a symbiotic relationship. The closest y'all got is Jay-Z and Beyonce, but Beyonce make her own money, Jay-Z make their own money, his own money. They were already self-made before they got together. They didn't build together. They didn't accentuate each other. Beyonce has helped Jay-Z keep a career because Jay-Z would have fell out of relevancy 10 years ago if he didn't go on tour with Beyonce. But Jay-Z still was going to make moves regardless. He still, without the music, he still would have done the thing with Tidal. He still would have had a link with the NFL. Without Beyonce, he already had the Nets deal before Beyonce. He still would have done what he did. He just wouldn't have the music side. He would be 50 Cent. When the last time 50 Cent really sold an album. But he killing it all on Stars and all on Netflix. He would have evolved. Jay-Z would have found a way to evolve without Beyonce. Cameron and Mace. If y'all born in 2000, y'all don't know how hot Mace was in 1996. Y'all don't know. Y'all might know a little bit of a Dipset, but y'all don't remember Cameron. He was solo before he grabbed Jim Jones and them. You don't know. That was before your day. That was in the 90s. Y'all was born in 99, 2000. By the time y'all listen to music, it was 2007. Before y'all get what y'all call Dusties, them niggas was out the game already. Y'all know them for It Is What It Is. And they reinvented themselves, and Jay-Z would have done the same thing. Men don't need women to be great. Because women don't really bring any value except inspiration. And if you fuck with black girls, they not inspiring. They're lustful. You might see a black girl be like, oh, I'll fuck the shit out of her. But there's no black girl you'll fuck with and be like, yo, I want to be a better man because of this bitch. So how's she your better half? How's she your other half? How is she your helpmate? Bitches don't want to cook. The number one rule in life, the number one The number one necessity is food. It's food, shelter, clothing. Food number one. You got to eat to live. Bitches don't even want to cook. So they don't even want to see you live, nigga. How are they nurturing? They can't even fulfill you with nurture, with nutrition. They're not good at being people. And they intentionally aren't good at being people. These the bitches that do what the fuck they want to do and say they don't do it for men. But they want a man. These bipolar bitches really need adult supervision. They really just toddlers that's always having temper tantrums. They need to be separated from other toddlers and put on timeout. But y'all scared because y'all scared of girls. Deion, for all the greatness that he does, for all the combat sport that he played, football is a gladiator sport. And it's a military sport. You got to be in position, run the play, be where you got to be, make your adjustments, full combat, full contact. He played a gladiator sport. He was scared of a girl. I respect white men because they dig that hole in the backyard and wait for the girl to fuck up to put her in. She see him digging a hole. She know what it's for. He might not put her in there ever, but she know what's there just in case. Mexican girls, Mexican guys pull out the blade on their girls. Black guys, they just dump them. Call her bad names. Girls love arguing. Calling her a bad name, that's foreplay to a bitch. There's no consequence for black women, which is why they the worst women on earth. And y'all really ruining your lives, even if y'all don't go as far as suicide. Y'all ruining your potential, ruining the relationships y'all can have with your kids, ruining the time that you could have spent bettering yourself to fuck with these bitches. That's why I'm proud of Deion. It has nothing to do with him being at Colorado. He's doing a great job at Colorado. He did a great job at Jackson State. I'm sure after Shador graduates, I'm sure he'll try to get a job at Florida State because he played for Florida State. Wasn't he in Seminole? No, he was in Miami Hurricane. He'll probably try to get a job at Florida. If the head coaching job, that's his alma mater, great weather, makes perfect sense. He got a bad foot, makes perfect sense he want to be in hot weather. And he a Florida boy. Makes perfect sense for him to go back to Florida. I believe that's what he'll do after Shador graduates. Whatever he does professionally at this stage in his life, God bless him. Look, man, God bless him, but the greatest thing he's ever done for the culture, in my opinion, is to explain to people that no matter how high you are or how low you feel, we all go through the same things when you fucking with these goddamn toddlers, bro.
Mamata.
Shut the fuck up, Zone. I ain't even talking about toddlers. I'm talking about, yeah, I am talking about toddlers, not you mentioning it. But I'm talking about, man, that even if you're a great men have been taken down from the story of Troy. Y'all can go back to the story of Adam and Eve if you want to. But from the first book ever printed was not the Bible. The first book ever, the book most printed was the Bible. First book ever printed was the Iliad and the Odyssey. Two books totally about men fucking up their lives over women. The Battle of Troy over Helen. The Odyssey, Odysseus trying to get back to the crib to make sure niggas ain't fucking this bitch. Two big ass, the two greatest stories ever told was over a bitch. Two different bitches. Two different men fighting over two different bitches. Great men who would have been great at any time, in any era. Now, the greatest conquerors on earth, believe it or not, Genghis Khan, who ain't love no hoes. That's why he had like 600 wives. They say he knocked up 1,000 women or some shit like that. That was fucking. Yo, shout out to Genghis Khan. He ain't love these hoes. And in my opinion, you could say Alexander the Great. You could say Napoleon. I say Napoleon. Napoleon was possibly gay, but I don't think he was gay. They say he was asexual, which means he really wasn't into girls like that. The wife he had was was a peace offering from the king of Prussia or Austria, one of them. So she was just in the crib. He was supposed to knock her up to keep unity in Europe. But Napoleon was so dedicated to his work, he didn't give a fuck about these hoes. He was a nigga he was broke as shit, grew up on a small island outside. He wasn't even on Sicily. He was born, what was it called? Cordova? Hold on, man. I'm about to look it up. It's a small island. It's not in Italy, because Sicily is kind of Italy, but not really Italy. It's an island outside of Italy. But he was born on an island outside of that. I'm finna tell you the name of it. I know it starts with a P. Napoleon was born in, I know it's the, I wasn't born in no goddamn Corsica. Yeah, he was born in Corsica. He was born on the island of Corsica, which is an island right outside of France. But he took over. He took over a lot of shit. But asexual. Like the men who really succeed in life. Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan loved Juanita Jordan, he would not be the GOAT. You could say LeBron, arguably, but Jordan wouldn't be great if he loved Juanita. He would have been at home with his wife. The fact that he hated that bitch and he got blackmailed into marrying her because she got pregnant and wouldn't take $500,000 to get an abortion because she wanted to fuck up his life. And his agent David Falk said, yo, if she's not going to get an abortion, then you got to marry her because, man, you need that Nike money. You can't fuck up your public image. He had a shotgun wedding sponsored by Nike holding a shotgun. That's why he was never home. Did you ever see Michael Jordan at home? That nigga was golfing, playing baseball, shooting dice in the alley, goddamn it, at the casinos, at the boxing. He was never at home because he ain't like his wife. If he would have loved his wife, Mike wouldn't be the GOAT. He would be a great player in the pantheon of history, but he wouldn't be the GOAT. It's the fact that he hated that bitch so much that he stayed on his grind. You gotta compartmentalize love, because love is for you. Love is not for them, because they can't love you back. You love your kids, and they love what you do for them because they toddlers too, but they don't, you don't know if they love you back until they grown and they don't need you. Then you know if they love you back. How many niggas out here say they hate their dad? A million. I don't know why they don't hate their mom. She the motherfucker. But niggas say they hate their dad every day, nigga. Fuck my dad. No, I hate my dad. Every day, B. Hey, Reppin said Shaka Zulu. The thought that having kids could have been used against him in time of war. Let me tell you something, bro. I was talking to this big swole ass dude. I mean, I'm swole. That nigga was more swole than me, man. That motherfucker was huge. And he was a Cook County sheriff. I hang out with sheriffs. I don't really hang out with police. I don't know no police like that. But sheriffs ain't nothing but babysitters for adults, right? That's all sheriffs are. It's big swole niggas that tell you when to wake up, when to go to bed, when to eat. They babysitters for criminals. So I'm talking to the sheriff, and this nigga said the realest shit. He said, man, if a motherfucker, he said, if niggas tell me they got my kid and got him a man, they holding him for ransom, or they want me to meet him at a place, I'll tell them, I'll hang up on their ass, be like, fuck that kid. He said, nigga, I can make another kid. I can't make another me. He said, I'm the breadwinner. I said, yo, this nigga's the GOAT. But he right. You can't concern yourself with that shit. Fuck them. Fuck all the toddlers, your kids, your wife. When it comes to you, because if you don't perform, nothing moves. And if everything move around you and you sitting still, the world still move. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You a man. Which we really trying to get out of. That's why we're traveling up, so other gentlemen can be there for you to be your crutch, because everybody needs somebody sometimes. But generally speaking, the way that y'all operate at this point in time, I don't trust no nigga, fuck these niggas, man, women complete me, all that shit is ass backwards. That's black shit. That's not man shit. Everything y'all think, y'all should think the reverse. Fuck these hoes, fuck these kids, nigga, goddamn it, man, I'm fucking with the logo. Not that I trust men. I'm fucking with the logo. I understand the logo is instruction that man get out the pocket. The logo is gonna be. I go to the logo be like, yo, nigga, you out of pocket, man. Get him a man. You need to get that man restitution for that bullshit. Everybody can distrust a man. Y'all don't distrust these hoes. How many niggas they had got them up in them? How many motherfucking different trips they took? How many different situations they been in? How many different bitches they got in their ear? And y'all trust these bitches because they got nice titties? But y'all won't support your man rap career or goddamn it, his new restaurant, you know what I'm saying, getting off the... Really? Y'all got $100 every time, goddamn it, what's that goofy ass bitch? Something King. Every time these female fucking content creators pop up, y'all got $100 for them before the show even start. Niggas out here giving y'all life. Y'all be sending niggas $5. And I ain't even talking about the money. I'm talking about the principle. Y'all support these bitches on everything they do and then turn around and be mad like, yo, these bitches ain't loyal. Because y'all need to be starving these bitches. Everything y'all do is ass backwards. Y'all need y'all bitches broken, y'all niggas rich. Y'all try to make the bitches rich without you and say, fuck these niggas, they can get it off the roof. Everything y'all do is ass backwards. And that's when you end up in situations like Deion, where everything that you trusted that bitch for, she could take like that and have your whole life destabilized. Anyway, man, I just came up here to chop it up because it was just on my heart, man. I wanted to get off my heart. I already know they about to block this whole way. Hopefully I don't get on strike. Nigga, I done used everybody music, everybody clips in this bitch. I ain't even gonna try to monetize this shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and let these motherfuckers say I'm eligible. Anyway, but I ain't taking nothing off, man. I ain't taking nothing off. Not the Scarface suicidal thought song, nothing. Anyway, man, as always, guys, love your brothers as you love yourself. Take your tolerology, train your toddler, get you a pink chair, man. Then we gonna work it out. Feed the pack, try a buck.
Jail! You're one of the top 6 speakers of the past 8 years, but I hated you at first. Could you please mention the Dirty Folks podcast? Thank you, Lord Charles. Dirty Folks.
And see, I find it to be hilarious because even if I did behave like a teenager, I would be ahead of a lot of these B-dubs that want to make these comments because a lot of you behave like toddlers. Shout out to my man Dirty Folk.
And it's because y'all niggas don't support. Y'all do support. Y'all support titties and pussy. Hey, shout out to Dirty Folks.
Men have sort of quietly begun to agree that even the most like off the wall extreme advice or takes that you get from some random guy on the internet is more useful than anything allegedly profound that you would hear from a trained black female professional. All right, like let's take a perfect example of this, right? The idea of Dirty Folks when he come up and he says like women with clothes on, that is a way more useful notion to frame your mental state around than anything your black female therapist would ever tell you. Cause she's a woman with clothes on. Why the fuck would you listen to her? Like when he says that, it makes sense in a way that it just appeals to you. And it's something that your black female therapist could never match.
Yo, Travis, the daycare is too influential to be so small. Do your big homie a favor, man. Like, sub, share, clip. I know I got at least 10 bars that can change somebody's life, man. Help me to help my brother. Love each other as you love yourself.